All right, hello, everybody, and welcome to another Campfire Tales for Bed. Again, I am in this yoga room, bedtime room that I have with a candlelight because you may have heard some grown-ups at home talking about some wildfires. I almost keep saying wildflowers. Some wildfires in Canada. And that has made it so smoky that here in Merrimack, the firefighters don't want us having fire. So it's kind of interesting how like we're part of like this, like you could be part of a little family because you are one, and then you have a family, and then with your family you're in a bigger community, and then in the community you're in a bigger place, and then that just keeps expanding, and other parts of the world do impact what we do here. So a little differently, I'm gonna put my candle off to the side so we can still like see it, but my story today is based off of an old tale. But before we start with that, we'll sing our hello song. Again, super quick, just hello, hello, hello to you. I wish to say hello to you. Excellent. And so our story today is how Brother Rabbit fooled the whale and the elephant. One day, little Brother Rabbit was running out along the sand, lippity lippity, when he saw the whale and the elephant talking together. Little Brother Rabbit crouched down and listened to what they were saying. And this is what they said. "You are the biggest thing on land, Brother Elephant," said the whale. "And I am the biggest thing in the sea. If we join together, we can rule all the other animals in the world and have our way about everything." Very good, very good, trumpeted the elephant. "That suits me. We will do it." Little Brother Rabbit snickered to himself. "They won't rule me," he said, and he ran away and got a very long and strong rope. He got his big drum and hid the drum a long way off in the bushes. Then he went along the beach till he came to the whale. "Oh, please, dear, strong Mr. Whale," he said, "will you have the great kindness to do me a favor? My cow is stuck in the mud a quarter of a mile away from here, and I can't pull her out. But you are so strong and so obliging, so kind of like helpful, that I think I can trust you to help me out." The whale was so pleased with the compliment, and he said, "Yes," at once. "Then," said the rabbit, "I will tie this end of my long rope to you, and I will run away and tie the other end around my cow, and when I'm ready, I will beat my big drum. When you hear that, you have to pull very, very hard, for the cow is very stuck deep down in the mud." "Huh," grunted the whale. "I'll pull her out, no problem, even if she is stuck to the horn," so like pretty deep in with her cow cells being stuck in the mud. Little Brother Rabbit tied the rope to one end of the whale and ran off, lippity, 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 till he came to a place where the elephant was. "Oh, please and mighty elephant," said the rabbit as he bowed, "will you do me a gigantic favor?" "What is it?" asked the elephant. "My cow is stuck in the mud about a quarter of a mile away from here," said the Brother Rabbit, "and I cannot pull her out. Of course, You could, if you would be so kind as to help me. Huh, certainly, said the elephant grandly. Certainly. Then, said Little Brother Rabbit, I will tie one end of this long rope to your trunk and the other to my cow. And as soon as I have tied her tightly, I will beat my big drum. And when you hear that, pull very, very hard as you can, for my cow is very heavy. Never fear, said the elephant. I could pull 20 cows. I'm sure you could, said the rabbit politely. Only be sure to begin gently and then pull harder and harder till you get her. Then he tied the end of the rope tightly around the elephant's trunk and ran away into the bushes. There he sat down. So we have one end tied to the whale and one end tied to the elephant. And Little Brother Rabbit started to beat his drum. The whale began to pull, and the elephant began to pull, and in a jiffy the rope tightened till it stretched as hard as it could be stretched. This is a remarkably heavy cow, said the elephant, but I'll fetch her. And he braced his 4 feet in the earth and gave a tremendous pull. Dear me, said the whale, that cow must be stuck mighty tight. And he drove his tail deep in the water and gave a marvelous pull. He pulled harder. The elephant pulled harder. Pretty soon the whale found himself sliding toward the land. The reason was, of course, the elephant had something solid to brace against. And too, as fast as he pulled the rope in a little, he took a turn with it round his trunk. But when the whale found himself sliding toward the land, he was so provoked with the cow that he dove headfirst down to the bottom of the sea. Oh, that was a pull. The elephant was jerked off his feet and came slipping and sliding to the beach and into the surf. He was very angry. He braced himself with all his might and pulled his best. At the jerk, up came the whale out of the water. Who is pulling me? Spouted the whale. Who is pulling me? Trumpeted the elephant. And then each saw the other one hold the rope. I'll teach you to play, cow, roared the elephant. I'll show you how to fool me, fumed the whale. And they began to pull again. But this time, the rope broke. The whale turned a somersault, and the elephant fell over backwards. At that, they were both so ashamed that neither would speak to the other. So that broke up the little bargain between the two of them. And Little Brother Rabbit sat in the bushes and laughed and laughed and laughed. No one is gonna rule me, said Little Brother Rabbit. Sneaky. Okay, so thank you so much, everyone. I think that we will do... I think what we'll do now is we'll do a Girl Scout song, because I was a Girl Scout, so those are the songs I know best. But I do have a couple Boy Scout stories in here that I'll also read, because representation for everyone. But it's just make new friends, but keep the old. One is silver and the other's gold. Is the first verse of it, and then we'll sing the second verse, and that's just a circle is round, it has no end, that's how long I want to be your friend. There are some other verses to that, but I'll keep it short and simple. Anyways, thank you for joining me today.